So this is a longer video than I usually post. Personally, when I watch any longer form content on YouTube, whether it be like podcasts or whatever, I always go to the video settings and set it up to 1.25x or 1.5x, just save some time. Just throwing the tip out there. I'll put all the timestamps for each individual class up here. If you want to skip to when we discuss a specific class, go for it. Lastly, the second voice here is Camski. He's one of the best players to ever touch the game and make some sick content. Be sure to sub to him on YouTube and follow him on Twitch. Okay, let's start. Let's just start. Combust is number one. Combust, we're gonna put an S tier. Yes.
Do you want to do it based on classes? We'll do Pyro first then?
Yeah, we can do Pyro first. Combust is number one.
Yeah, Combust is definitely S tier.
Not even close. It's like number one top S tier ability. Pretty
Why
sure.
is that, ELPAdog?
Because it literally is just a raw damage increase. And doesn't take any. It's literally just playing the gauntlet normally, and you just get a raw damage increase. And your hitbox is bigger. Going to bed. We'll watch about. Okay, good night, tragedy.
Yeah, it's just super easy to use.
Firefly. I want to say that's a B skill ability. Because it has some very small uses. It's some good players can get them.
Makes it really good.
But you're always gonna be using two of your resources for one like movement.
If you're full committing or full like running away,
yeah,
then it's worth to do it.
And I think there's like some cool stuff you can do, like using it to retake.
It allows you to take height.
Yeah, take height without wasting mana, which is like really underrated. And like firewalling somebody aggressively and actually getting firefly value by chasing them is actually huge, but it's very small.
It's just like a simple balanced mobility.
Yeah, very simple.
Mobility.
Balance the A.
I think A would be like, you know, very solid abilities. I don't know why you're mixing it in between C and B.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
If anything, it's low B. I don't think it drops C.
Low A, you mean? I don't know. You think it's low B? No, high B is fine.
We'll find out with more.
Wait, whoops, that's Paralysis. This is Firefly. Okay. Paralysis is weird. But if it worked, do we judge it? Because it's glitched right now. It literally doesn't work half the time. Like, it's still like...
let's say it's not bugged.
Okay, it's not bugged. But like...
Then...
sometimes you get 24 damage. Which is still not that much. Because it only lasts like 2 seconds after you use your thing.
I think it's just C tier. It lasts for 2 seconds. You can actually get 48 damage from it if they walk through different firewalls.
Maybe if there are trios in the game still, you could actually get like more AoE value out of it, but I don't think so.
But either way, no one uses firewall for damage just to like get ignite ticks off.
Yeah.
It's just like Paralysis is just getting effectively more ticks of ignite off. It's just 6 more damage.
Yeah. It's actually just 1 extra ignite tick. For this is also where like most classes power spike, you get like nothing.
Like also a dead giveaway that you're a pyro player.
Yeah. Conflag is also B. Low B.
Conflag's good if you get it to work. It's broken if you get it to work.
It rarely affects you.
Actually, it does because it blocks your own fireballs, which ruins strings.
Blocks your own fireballs?
Yes. It blocks their fireballs too. It just blocks projectiles.
I would say lower B then.
It would be low B. If it didn't cuck your own fireballs, it'd be fine.
1 sec, wait. Bro, IMO, you should have put the MP5 on top after the... Okay, I hate you. Shut up, me Wiscott. Fucking random bullshit. Okay. That's fun for Pyro, I think. Okay. Next class. I want to do Frostborn.
Alright, Frostborn expert.
Blackity A. For yourself. Yes?
Yeah.
You get long rotations for free. You get a lot of momentum off ledges and stuff in the middle of a fight. And it actually blocks firewalls, which is huge. The biggest downside is like DFing yourself, but you can also DF people. Like there's a lot of potential in this ability. You can do a lot of work in this ability. Or you can just use it for very simple reasons.
Low A then.
Yeah. But like you use it very simply, like with like low knowledge of how of everything it can do, and it still just does its job. Like it still gives you fast rotations and a little bit of speed. Or you can get like full value out of it.
It lets you go in and out like pretty nicely if you're able to communicate. Like if you're do a squad setting, you can communicate and you actually use trails effectively.
Yeah. And like even if you don't know how to use it, it still blocks firewalls for free. If you're actually insane, you could DF people. Like you can actually get one DF from a cloud and also DF them on your trail, which is like insane. That's so much base damage. Icicle, I'm putting Icicle in B. I really like Icicle a lot. I want to put it over Conflag. For sure. Because it gives you so much. It combos with Alacrity by giving you hover. It's actually huge. Because you can
you can get some really cool Icicle plays. I've seen you do it.
Yeah, the hover and the eye shot. Like hovering like lets you charge up your eye shot in the air while like keeping your target in your line of sight, which is really huge. And like just all the knowledge you get, like you can literally not be paying attention and just see red dots across the map. It's huge.
One thing I'd like to see from it, and I've seen it like requested by like different people, is having like damage reduction while you're in Icicle.
Yeah, I've seen that before too. That could be something.
I feel like that would make it like a really good ability.
Yeah. That's true. That would definitely be like a solid ability. Like easy A tier. But now it's definitely really good. Definitely usable. Tundra. Tundra is A.
Tundra's definitely an A.
Tundra's A. Tundra's definitely A. Just for
I feel like if it has a weird
like lower A
delay for when the iframes actually activate.
Yeah. Okay, also
other than that, it is really good for baiting.
Yeah, it gets hard countered though by like anyone playing Harmony and like a Tox Gauntlet, because you only immune one of their slaps and you're kind of stuck in animation, so you'll escape by the second one. But like for everything else, you can bait it really hard. Like you can bait so much, and people just not ready for it.
Yeah, for Harmony not being in really a meta build, like you only really see Harmony on other Frostborn players.
True.
Like it's still effective against 95% of the player base because the only 5 plays Frostborn.
It's true. Yeah. Ice Prism. I say Ice Prism's high B. You can get it off more, and if you go like a focused mana build, which you rarely do, you can get like really stupid strong ice shots.
Well, you play Frostborn a lot. What use have you found in Ice Prism?
Well, once you get Ice Prism and you have Epic Ice, you have people for 97. And that's literally
do you try to look for it? How many times have you lost shots due to trying to go for Ice Prism?
I don't know. I guess that is the trade-off because you're going for it. That's why I say it's like high B. Because you don't. Sometimes you just aren't using it. But if you can't get it off, like it's like huge. But like mostly like when you're like the middle of combat, it's hard to get it off. Unless you
so it's just like when you're posted up.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, pretty much. Or like you have no aggro on you. Like there's people on your teammate. Like if people are like on you, I would like charge up an Ice Prism and try to get a fat shot on somebody. Like that would turn a fight, you know.
In that case, I would only put it like if there's as little cases as that to use it. I don't think it's high B. Maybe like mid B or low B. Like you're able to use Firefly more than you are able to use Ice Prism.
Are you? Wait. Are you? Think so?
I think so.
Okay. Put it here. Worse than Icicle?
That's up to you.
I feel like the potential to like if somebody has a blue belt and you can literally 2-shot them with 2 eye shots, like really strong. It's like such a good opener. It's such a good opener though, like if you get it.
That is true.
Frozen Run is an A tier.
How much have we won fights due to Ice Prism though?
I don't know. I guess it's not. I mean, I guess it's just giving you a small damage mod. I'm fine with it there for now. This is okay.
Okay. Let's go to your favorite class. Stone Shaper.
Okay.
Your favorite.
What's Stone Skin? This is Stone Skin.
The shield.
Yeah. Stone Kid. Stone Kid's. Oh, that's like D. That's like D. Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely below C.
It's.
I think it's D. Yeah.
Early game is good. That's nice. That's like the only time it's actually useful, because even if you like 20 extra shield is cool and all, but like you only there's no way you can actually keep up the meds to have your 20 shield like all game long. Like you'll maybe get 2 fights where you get the 20 shield value, pretty much.
But then there are times, so in duos, because Dark's the only person that runs Stone Shaper.
And Borsa.
And okay, well, we never get to play against Borsa.
Because they die after all. But yeah.
Okay. So I do like, as Conduit, it does kind of screw me up a little bit. Like I'll laser, like let's say for example I laser Dark, but then he just has Harmony, Recovery, and Stone Shaper as king away. There's not really much Harmony I can do. Okay, well, not Harmony, but Stone Skin still gives a lot of, like, if they're able to make distance, they are able to make use out of
it.
Like
a 20 shield actually useful?
Because I can't consistently knock off the shields from mid to long range with Conduit. Or like maybe you can't hit shots with ice due to a mixture of Bedrock and just them being far.
Yeah, but like every other gauntlet besides wind, it doesn't even block like half a shot. You know, like 20 is nothing. I guess it's like a regenning 20.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The only way it's good is if you're like running away.
I see. That's C tier.
In fights, it doesn't really do anything. It's just like running away. Stone Shaper, S key.
Sometimes, fucking man, yeah, sometimes. Okay, I'll put C tier is fine then.
It does sometimes screw up people. It does sometimes bait people.
Yeah, that's the strongest thing about a Viking is like the off drop, yeah. Yeah, I guess it does sometimes bait people, but like it's still like so little. It's so little.
It is little.
Like you can burst it down like so quickly.
Like if your opponent is impatient, you'll probably win off of it. Like it's weird. It still gives you sustain.
The only difference between like this and like just like thirsting one pot and getting more armor off is like that you can maybe get like a stone hit off while you're healing 5.
It's only good early game.
Yeah.
It's only good early game, and then mid to late it falls off due to and just
everyone does more damage.
Everyone does more damage. Everyone has more movement. Everyone's thirsting. We're thirsting pots.
Okay. Bedrock, solid A. Yes. Yeah. I mean, yeah. You just need it.
Bedrock, super nice. It's such a good ability.
Fits on the stone class really well.
I think, along with others, except for some who shall not be named.
Yeah, it should be on the stone gauntlet.
It should just be on the stone gauntlet
itself.
Yeah,
it's weird because it should be on the stone gauntlet, and like there should be a different ability here, but like it is a solid ability. That's fine.
It's just it enables a lot.
Yeah.
It's not just quality of life. It allows you to bait. Allows you to do a lot of things.
Yeah, it's core. Yeah, Viking said it's core. Like you can't play a stone. Look at that Bedrock, pretty much.
It just unlocks the stone gauntlet.
Yeah, pretty much. Avalanche Accretion are just 2 solid A tier abilities, I think. There's so much you can do with 2 boulders.
Accretion is...
The Accretion is S tier?
But what is Avalanche without Accretion?
It's still okay because you can spam boulder somebody twice in a row. But maybe it's B then in that case. But it's still really good.
How often do you hit a small pebble boulder?
Like close range.
That you can just fireball them for.
Close range. Well, cause it blocks like their fireball. It blocks their fireball. It blocks everything in the game. So that's win. I would say they're both A. Accretion's higher.
I would say Accretion is higher. I think, in my opinion, Avalanche is.
You think it's like a high B?
Mid-low.
Mid-low is fine. A's would be stacked.
If you want to keep it an A, it's like mid-low.
B for me for both? Whoa.
Accretion stops people from
Accretion's so good. Accretion like makes boulder
has
useful.
Accretion has the same firewall pressure and still does a shit ton of damage.
Yeah, like the AoE damage you can get, like the land you control by just throwing a boulder from like the distance you do it is so good. You can like boulder behind LOS and hit somebody, or if someone is hiding behind something, you can still hit them around a corner. Yeah, that's the thing. Viking, yeah, it's true. But I don't know. They're still really good.
Avalanche and accretion do go hand in hand with each other.
Yeah, that's why it's weird. It's weird putting them there. It's weird putting them because you like I don't know. They synergize so well together.
My experience playing against accretion players is really annoying and bad. Like it's good for stone shapers, but bad for my players.
It's really hard to dodge a good accretion boulder without wasting a resource. Like if there was no accretion, like okay, it's weird because like these things on stone, like if they didn't have them, like then like Bedrock is core, like accretion is core on like stone pretty much. Because if there was no,
gives you another boulder.
Yeah, if there was an accretion, like almost all the boulders that were thrown against you, you like wouldn't have to waste a resource to dodge them. You could just like duck or like move.
The thing is, avalanche and accretion synergize so well with each other.
I'm happy with these stone things.
I don't think it's better than Bedrock, because Bedrock is like more core, more like
it's core
impactful than accretion.
It's core. This is fine. This is fine.
Also per person, obviously, like you can move them a little bit.
We can move stuff later too. Okay, next class.
Toxic.
Toxic? I'm very toxic. Viscosity is like a low A. Yeah?
Viscosity is definitely low A. It stops meds. The only bad thing about it is that you take damage from it yourself.
Sometimes you fuck yourself, yeah.
So sometimes it'll mess up your outbreak or whatever. But it messes up new players. It is still impactful on like higher gameplay because you're able to actually use Toxic Element from a far range just by gardening.
Yeah.
And that stops meds. That creates
so much pressure.
It just pokes
and
them
zoning.
out.
That reminds me of another thing with the trail is that if someone tries to cloud on your trail, they kind of fuck themselves and get ticked once, like a VMer, toxicologist.
Well, that's why with my VMs, I try to stay in the air as much as I can. I'm not trying to tick myself on the ground.
Which Viking man, it's not like A is like balanced. Like it's not like 1, 2, 3 like one.
It's like strong. It's like well designed.
Yeah, like well designed, balanced for the class. So
Energizes well, and has its.
Like the left to right order is also important. Is we're also doing
all around useful.
Yeah.
Left is like better than the ones on the right.
Yeah. It's like let me find my mixer thing. Yeah. VM is high A.
VM is definitely a high A. I would say that it would be S if Pyro wasn't so popular.
Yeah.
Because it is one of the best mobility skills in the game. You're able to both mix up and just it sort of unlocks toxicologists. Where it's like what you play around as a toxicologist. You kind of need it, and you have to get there's so much tech you can do with it as you just get creative with it. It's like an art form.
Yeah.
Some would say.
That's beautiful. No, it is nasty. It's really good.
But
is Outbreak S? No.
Outbreak still does high 70 damage.
Yeah.
Like 70 damage.
And I think the potential
really
to string it is still really good. Like to get like 2 outbreaks off. But it takes a really good player.
It's not really
though.
close to, I would say, combust. It's like maybe it's like mid S or mid low S.
Well, there's not gonna be many things in S.
That is true. But it definitely belongs in S, but maybe more so to the right. Because it's this big burst. It's the biggest burst in the game.
Well, not true.
Okay, Ice Prism doesn't count, dude. Ice just has more base damage.
Yeah.
Sorry, I mean, I guess, but getting outbroken feels really bad. And when you get outbroken, no one challenges the moment you get outbroken.
Yeah. Okay, the only reason I want to put it down is because like Pyro is so strong right now. It's just like it's harder to get outbreaks off. That's why. Like you have to actually be like way smarter.
If you get
right
hit
now.
by ignite, it's the same thing with vanishing mists. You have to be aware of if you have dots rolling on you. And right now, there's actually a bug with corrosion taking you out of your invis.
Yeah, well, let's not count bugs. Try not to count those.
If you're by itself, it's really good, but you have to combine how you go invis with outbreak. So it's sort of like it's on the player that determines how good outbreak is.
Yeah, okay, like I want to put it lower because you have to do so much work to get like good outbreaks off, right? But also sometimes it's just simple as go invis, slap you, and like that's 70 damage.
If your name's
or 80 damage.
If you run invis, like the rune.
Okay, I spent like go invis in general, but yes, if you go invis,
you can get a good slap in, and then have the opponent quiver in their boots.
Yeah, that's huge. So I think this is mid A. Yeah.
You think outbreaks mid A?
No.
Or spreading sickness?
Spreading sickness.
Spreading sickness is mid A. I would say it's better than alacrity.
I was gonna put it right under alacrity actually.
Then it's
actually no. It's above alacrity. Alacrity makes you so much though. You can get so much value out of it.
It has the same.
Okay, I want to say because what you call it? I want to put low A. And it's so weird because you can get so much potential out of it, but you also get 0 potential out of it because that's just the nature of the cloud, right?
Well, if you get 0 potential out of it, that's just unlucky.
I know, but like every time you start your cloud, you're rolling that dice of getting like blown up, and you have to be smart about your clouds. Whereas like trails, you always get value out of. But like there's so much, but you also get like so much AoE or spreading sickness. See, but Viking Man, like in a Camski's hand, spreading sickness is really nasty. Like,
it's not the AoE that's important. It's being able to actually spread the sickness.
Yeah. Okay. like being able to like cat around the map.
You have to be as smart with spreading sickness as you are with vanishing mist.
Yeah.
Because you can cloud. You can also bait. I've done it in scrims when we played talks earlier. So people started figuring out, oh, splitting clouds is a thing, and then they would like pre-fire the splits.
Yeah.
But you can bait that. And during this time, usually you're already invis off your first cloud while the other two split off somewhere else. So it creates a lot of pressure on the map. Not because of no one wants to get DF clouded. It's just no one wants to. There's just more chance that they're gonna get invis outbroken.
Yeah, Viking. Okay. Yep. Like Viking makes the point though. Like it is really it can be really really good, but you have to be like really really good with it. You know what I mean? Like
that is true. You don't see anyone
like
spread clouds.
Yeah. Like toxicologists.
The only other person that I've seen spread clouds is Tifa.
Yeah.
Like in my games.
Like toxicologists can get like so much value, but like most people just play it for like a little bit outbreak. You know, they don't play it for the spreading sickness potential that is there.
That is true.
I don't think we're trying to consider. Are we trying to consider like when you get the skill in the game? Like,
well, the thing is, 4th zone is still big. 5th zone is where it gets small.
Yeah. 4th zone is still really big.
I like even
and like last zone it's still really huge because you usually get one for yourself and then you throw one aggressively. So the map's so small. You're usually just throwing one for yourself.
I would say if we're talking about it, like it does require a skilled person to like use it and like actually know how to use spreading sickness to like its full potential. And in that case, it does drop to around B.
No, but it also like by default it gets enough value, I think. Like
no, because the AoE is not that much bigger.
You don't think just
it's really not. The only time that I've used it to AoE is like if you get like mid to long range, because that's when you'll notice it's spread or like the bigger AoE.
And I put it here. I'm putting it there. Like that's good. Yes.
Yeah, it's sort of, the AoE is the same thing as viscosity.
Yeah. You're always gonna everyone gets value out of 2 boulders. It's way easier to get value out of 2 boulders than it is to get value out of this. but like you can't get insane value out of this, so good.
That is true.
Out of effect thickness. Okay.
It's heavily based on the user
And map too.
and map. It's a lot nicer when you have castles.
Yeah, yeah. That's fine. Yeah, I think
And
map
trees.
2. We think it's consideration map 2. I think. I'm good with low A. I'm good with low A.
The people who say they'd rather
Yeah,
not
the
have
people.
it,
Yeah,
it's
the people
'cause
say they don't use
just
it. They don't
on
use
the
it
ground.
properly. Yeah, they don't VM it properly. Like I don't know. You have to think of sometimes Spellbreak, like sometimes like we're all the game is so new, like everyone's like so I don't want to say like we're all bad at the game still. You know what I mean? It's like people aren't even using the ability at all. The same way no one was using Icicle at all until like a few of us started to play Frostpoint. And we're like, wait a minute, Icicle can actually be useful. And, like,
I
Tundra can actually be
legitimately
useful.
think that people have peaked already.
Well, like yeah, they like make themselves peak. They don't even try to like push the game any further.
But I
Like,
feel like in terms of toxicology, that's as far as you can go. You can't really go
oh,
farther.
you think
than
so?
splitting.
Oh yeah, maybe.
That's as
Air
feel
clouds, air clouds.
no, that's never good. Well, it's not never good.
But like on Vikings Point, like in a year from now, we should see like everybody should
Everyone's gonna be
split their
splitting
clouds. You know what I mean? Or like Proteus should make it like easier to do, but like it's still pretty easy to do right now.
If
like-
the only reason it's difficult is because for some reason when you aim your crosshair at different places, it'll change like the height of your cloud. You
Yeah.
know? That's some weird like aiming mechanic.
But it's very useful. Okay. Conduit and Tempest. Ooh.
Let's do Tempest first.
Yeah, I was about to say let's do Tempest first.
When jumping. It can be nice and good.
Yeah, it can be nice and good.
It's like I would say you do get more height out of it than you do just by levitating. It also
also-
you can
Use your
it's
sword.
like the reverse of Bedrock sort of with juking.
Yeah.
Like you can stop your downwards momentum and just fling yourself up.
Yeah.
You don't have to levitate.
You also get your rune
and
charge
can
back
dodge
when you wind
fireballs
jump.
that way.
That's useful. Small thing.
That's true.
Low A. But like,
think-
but also
I
it's
think the lowest A right now.
But also, it's like weird because it's like the core of the class, you know? And we're like the core of the class is VM, and like it unlocks the class. But
That is true.
I don't know, it's weird.
It doesn't unlock it as much though.
I feel like we've seen mechanical peak, but the consistency of it's not there.
You can jump regularly and get squall.
Yeah.
You can updraft and stall for an ice shot.
Like why don't I want to put yeah like why don't I want to put the wind jump next to Bedrock and VM? I should, right? But no.
No,
Yeah.
because it doesn't unlock it as much as those do. The main problem with it is just horizontal movement and how floaty it is. You only really find use going up
Under puddles?
under puddles.
I also just put it here. You know?
Is that updraft?
Pretty sure this is. I mean, we can look it up, but I'm scared of the noise. But I'll look it up real quick. Let's go back wiki. Make sure we're doing the right icon here. Classes. Fuck, that is updraft. Okay, that is updraft. Whoops. Here we go. Like, is that okay? Building climb is good. It's kind of the same like Firefly though. Like, okay. Like, actually no, it's better than Firefly for sure.
It is better than Firefly.
For sure, but like, Firefly helps you take high ground really well, and that's something obviously wind jumping does.
It's not. It doesn't really mix up your enemies except for like, you can dodge fireballs with it.
Yeah.
If you just change your momentum on the fly.
I'm trying to
But
think.
you can sort of mimic that by just sort of canceling and hovering.
The hell, Astro? I'm trying to think about how, what should I call it? How like T-Fall uses it, but he just fucking goes up and goes down. So
Yeah, he just goes up and then goes down and then
just
dashes.
let you run away better. That's like just let you run away. I give him. Okay, here. Low A?
Low A or high B.
I'm putting high B for now.
It can switch. I mean, it's pretty close.
Updraft. Updraft.
Updraft. From my experience, I don't like use it a lot because I feel like the casting animation is kind of inconvenient.
Yeah, it is inconvenient. They sped it up a little bit, but it is inconvenient. And what should I call it?
Wait, what?
Like updraft?
I think it's what's annoying is that after your first updraft, the other ones are just limp.
Yeah, that's really bad. That's what I was trying to say. Yeah, like your second updraft is just flaccid. Like the height you get from updraft is actually huge. Like
the first updraft is really nice.
Yeah, the first updraft is really big. Yeah, that'd be nice.
They did make the area. They already did make the area bigger.
They made that bigger, and they also made the wind up faster. But they could also do they could increase both of those a little bit. Like, I don't know. I don't know, dude. I don't know where to put this. I'm just gonna put wind jump a little higher. But like, is it a little higher? I feel like all of Tempest besides Squall is like B. You get more value out of updraft than Firefly, right? Yes. More consistently.
They both depend on how you use them.
Yeah. I want to put it here. I just want to put it over Firefly. Okay. I want to put it there. Yes. Oh, that's Squall. Sorry. Yes, here. The second you only get like one use out of it pretty much. The second use is like almost not there at all. There are some people that play Tempest play off updraft a lot. Like if you're playing Tox offhand or Fire offhand. It's all about just getting in their face and mixing up your movement a little, throwing them off and then rushing them down. And it can be really good against if you're playing against almost half the cast, Stone Shapers it shits on, Fire users it kind of poops on because their fireballs usually get fucked by them, you putting tornado down. Then maybe a Tox slap. Hey Ross, you know what I mean?
Wait, what are you talking about?
Updraft helps you in 1v1s against half the cast. Because Stone Shapers, Tox slaps are really hard to do on someone updrafting. Then we get fireballs, you know?
Updraft? The thing is, updraft only really stalls if you have no mana and you really want Squall. It's also really good for ice. That's the only way you can get Squall ice shots, pretty much.
Yeah. I think B is fine. You're always putting yourself. It's all of Tempest is you're always putting yourself in such a vulnerable position to do anything, but you can get some payout out of it. Whereas a lot of other abilities, you just get good stuff out of them. Everything else in A, you just get good stuff out of them. No vulnerable. You don't have to put yourself in a vulnerable position. You can if you want. Everything in Tempest is like that pretty much. That's why it's weird. Yeah, exactly, Viking. I feel all of Tempest is just kind of B besides Squall. Just for that reason. You know, Camski?
I just don't think it's better than Firefly.
Updraft?
Updraft, yeah. Unless you do, if you combine tech and you do the super jump thing, right? That's kind of cool.
Okay, yeah, you could be right. You might be right actually. I'm thinking Tempest users get consistently more value out of updraft than power users do out of Firefly. But that's because they kind of need to. Power users don't even need to try to use Firefly, I think, to win. Tempest has to use updraft the max potential they can because the rest of the class is nothing. I think updraft's better than wind jump, though. Am I wrong? Am I wrong?
Wait, what? Repeat that?
Oh, I want to say updraft's better than wind jumping.
Updraft is better than I definitely don't like when I play Tempest. I don't updraft often because I feel like it'll cuck me. Like I like even the animation is scary to do.
That's like the only reason I play like Tempest though, is for updraft. Like otherwise,
I guess for different play styles, it'll be
yeah.
ranked differently, right? Is it? But how impactful is it when you do use it?
Usually it's you avoid damage, and I guess you could okay. Usually you avoid damage, you get a huge shot on them off. But if you, I guess you could just miss your shot too. And also, it's not guaranteed you don't like they don't hit you because they could just play like lightning or ice. Yeah, maybe it just works in Firefly. Like I want it to be better though. What's up, Neurotic? Yeah, that's like the reason I play Tempest is to like to have like hyper movement and go like up really fast. Yeah, other than that, class doesn't give you much. Squall? Let's move on to Squall for now, I think.
Squall is definitely somewhere in the A tier.
Yeah.
It being 1 second makes it a lot more consistent.
I also put an S tier. It gives at least gives free 20 damage and free was it 10% mitigation? Okay, I'm supposed to put an S tier.
An S tier. You have to do a lot more effort, in my opinion, than you do with like Combust Outbreak.
Than Outbreak?
Yeah.
You think so?
Because you sacrifice a lot more. Because to Outbreak, you're still invis, so that's a thing. That's something you have to consider. Squall, you're in the air and you have to be floaty. The only thing you have is dash to like close the gap with like Toxic or.
You're using a rune charge though.
Fireballs.
When you usually
exactly
when you on when you're outbreaking, you're using like a resource to get the outbreak.
Well, that's how you outbreak. And you have to use something.
Yeah, I know exactly. You don't have to use any. You don't have to use anything to Squall. Also for Squall, you can get multiple hits off of like a damage buff. And outbreak is just one. If you miss that one, you're fucked. But Squall, you can theoretically get like infinite chains of Squall on people with huge damage buff value. You know.
But is it that impactful?
That's true. I guess you're right. It's not
because if you think about it, the only reason why people play Pyro is Combust. But is it as impactful as Pyro?
Yeah, no. I mean, it is like the only reason to play Tempest. It's for that buff, the air buff. For like for most of the playstyles.
But what's the impact of Squall versus Combust?
Which one makes them above Hoop? I feel like it's a lot, dude. It's either gonna be S tier, like top of A tier. I think. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's not. Wait, okay, hold on. Let me think. I think I'm thinking wrong. Okay, I'm thinking wrong. Because now it looks like Tempest is like a viable class, but like everything shows that it's not, right? Like.
It's not it's not enough to make Tempest really viable.
Yeah, but like on its own, it's still a really good ability. Yes.
That is true.
Like you can throw this onto any class and it still do something like work besides like Stun Shaper. You're just like, oh, free damage buff, free mitigation.
But I still think it's high A. I don't think it's not that good to be an S tier.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah. That's fine. I think I'm fine with that. Better than VM? I put under VM.
Under VM.
I think if we had more experience against Tempest players, if the class is better as a whole, we could like feel the wrath, feel like the potential of this ability. Because like I feel like you could get actually deleted by like somebody who has like forever fireballs on you with Squall.
Listen, I've tried my hardest, man. I've tried my hardest to unlock Tempest, and it's hard.
It's only 20% damage, right?
I think it's fine right there. It's either below VM or above VM. It has to be next to it, in my opinion.
Wait. Jeff's in a weird spot now.
Updraft's in a weird spot now.
I'm putting Icicle higher than Updraft. Yes.
That's up to you. You're the Frostborn player.
I know. I feel like every person.
At the point where you're very closely deciding between two things, you just keep it there because at that point it's just really close and they're just better in different situations, you know?
Yeah, I guess.
So they're both.
We can look back at it later.
technically tied.
We can review everything after.
Alright. Sudden Gust.
Yeah, but that's okay. Templar, what you call it? That's because how do I say this? You're not using it properly. You should be using Icicle to carry momentum with you, like with your dash, or like off your alacrity. That's why Icicle is good. Like, that's why it's good. Also, the free outline people. When most people think of like Icicle, they always think of just somebody sitting in the air with Icicle, like just being a floating duck.
But then when ELPAdog comes zooming in with his Mack truck and just nails you, you're like, whoa, it can do that?
Yeah, I try to explain it, like when you're chasing somebody, you can run at them and you hover at them and like slide at them while charging an ice shot, which is like really strong. You still have like full vision on them. Like normally you'd like block at, you'd like fall out of like their line of sight, or like they'd fall out of your line of sight because you're charging an ice shot. But because you have Icicle, you can like move with your ice shot and hit somebody, which is really, really good. You have to like combo with a dash or like alacrity hop off something, but it's still like really good. I guess you have to be like really smart to do that, or like I feel like
that's why it's in B tier though.
Yeah,
because it requires higher knowledge or like a better.
Yeah, and anybody can updraft, pretty much. Yeah, that's fine.
Anyone can use Icicle,
yeah.
But who can really use Icicle?
Yeah.
That's why it's.
In a year's time, hopefully we'll see everybody use Icicle, like that. Like same thing with Spreading Sickness. Like it's just not clear, because people like I don't know, people like give up on the class so soon. Okay, Conduit. Wait, no, sorry. Sudden Gust. Sudden Gust is weird.
I never notice it.
Yeah, I don't.
There's not many sorceries that are that impactful for Sudden Gust to be impactful.
Besides your own Tornado.
Besides Tornado keeping up in the air for more Sudden Gust.
Tornado Firewall is cool. But that's what I would do. Like a lot of Firewall.
I think it's sort of the same. It has the same usefulness as Paralysis. I think it's a C tier ability.
Wait, I want to show a clip of Templar now. Sorry.
The two best sorceries, in my opinion, is just, well, you need NATO, but Firewall is probably the only thing that Sudden Gust would make useful. Because Firewall creates pressure. You can have like two Firewalls.
Tifa likes having it for Cloud.
Cloud's
pretty strong sorcery.
It'll be the same way you see it as with Frostborn.
Yeah. But like that's a lot of value still. Also, wait, I need like a small pee, so have fun. Be right back.
Hey chat. Now that ELPAdog's gone, we're gonna be best friends. Alright. Let's work on Conduit.
I almost want to move for I was say I want to move Ice Prism above it. But I don't think so. It's like your average Frostborn. Your average.
More consistent.
Your average Frost. Oh, you think Ice was more consistent? No, okay. Ice was more consistent for a good Frostborn player. But your average Frost Joe will get 0 value out of Icicle and like some value out of Ice Prism, you know? You know what I mean?
Well, I wasn't listening, but I'm gonna agree.
I said Icicle is more consistent for a good Frostborn player, but your average Frostborn Joe is gonna get some value out of Ice Prism and like 0 value out of Icicle, you know?
That is true. Just keep it where it is then.
Okay.
I don't know.
Alright.
Conduit.
Alright, Conduit Gamer. Show me what to do.
Potential energy is just S tier. It peaks, and you get so much damage off. If you are able to catch someone without any movement, the only way to counter potential energy is with either a cloud or a NATO. And just like LOSing that. It just does so much damage for free. You can miss every single shot, but if you have a good amulet, you're able to just still do a lot of damage. Now, the thing is, It's actually a lot harder as Conduit to confirm kills, even though it does a lot of damage, because you can't. The reg sucks close range, so you're playing close mid or mid, so the enemy has more time to reset and get away or like.
That's true.
Juke you out.
That's a good point, because lighting consistently no regs close range.
It's just if it didn't no reg close range, it'd be nigh.
Yeah.
But because it does, it's like it doesn't actually have that much kill confirm potential.
Okay, wait. Let's answer questions. 1 sec. Yeah, VM's not an S tier because Pyro's so strong.
It's pyro meta.
Yeah, it's pyro meta, pretty much. That's like the main reason. What else? You think Overload's S tier? Overload's really good. Overload
is higher than Vanishing Mists.
Yeah, I was gonna put it top A tier. It might be S tier.
It's either low S tier.
So
it is the best mobility in the game.
Yeah. Yeah, like period.
So I would say low S tier for that.
Better than Outbreak? It's so much easier to use than Outbreak. Is it?
That is a lot.
Right?
The thing is, the way you use Power Surge, it allows for. So if you're able to prep long enough, you can start with 3 runes in a fight. Because usually you run Runic Fluency when you're running Conduit. So I'm gonna assume you're running Runic Fluency.
Mm-hmm.
You're able to start with the fight with 3 runes, and that is either Shadow Step or Dash mostly. You can do Cheese and do some weird triple chrono.
Yeah, yeah. Which also is really strong.
Probably win you every single game in solos.
Really, is S tier, huh?
There's a lot of potential with Power Surge because of how many runes are in the game. You're able to rune swap with it if you wanted to as well, because it instantly gives you runes. So you see really good Conduit players like T-Foul, he would hot swap Wolf's Blood.
Weirdo,
Wolf's Blood, and it's just so
free.
It's a lot of pressure in itself that Power Surge lets you have. It enables you so much.
Conduit TP Ice Andy. I'm with Conduit TP Ice Andy. That's me.
Yep, TP with Power Surge. You go across the map, and hopefully you don't go under the map.
Yes, that's true.
But you get a lot of mobility in fights.
Mana 1's a solid A tier ability. Yes.
Power Surge definitely is A tier. Against like in our scrims, you don't run through a full Power Surge plus your mana bar, lightning zapping people. They usually will LOS you within 5 lightning bolts.
Yeah.
So at that point, it's like, why? It's just nice to have. It's a lot more nice that instead of actually having it on a lightning gauntlet, you just rush with fire or something, because you won't in the middle of it.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah.
It is
better than Squall. It's better. No, it's not better than Squall.
It's not better than Squall.
Bedrock's I hate Bedrock's so weird because Bedrock shouldn't be here. Bedrock should be on the gauntlet.
Is just like a noob slayer.
Bedrock should be like on the gauntlet, so I'm having a weird time putting it Bedrock over anything, but I'm okay with this too. No, actually, okay. Actually, no.
Put it lower than Bedrock.
I think
it might be lower than Accretion.
Yeah, I think I agree with that.
It could go lower.
It could go lower than both of these.
It could go lower than both of those. That is true.
That's okay.
The only way Power Surge is good is if someone's brain stops functioning or they're new to the game, because there's no way they're gonna sit through a whole lightning burst against you. That's just unbeatable.
You have so many things to stop getting full lightning bursted. Like, that's fine. This is a really good ability. This is like high A tier.
Tundra's really good.
Tundra is really good.
You really underestimate Tundra in my opinion.
I've been slapped too many times by Toxic. Like, it gets countered by Toxic, and if Harmony ever gets, I don't know if I don't know. Like, the reason why Tundra's really good is like Harmony meta.
It's not Harmony meta though.
Yeah, I know. Also,
like, in my perspective,
okay,
Tundra is probably one of the best abilities in the game. When I'm not because I don't run Harmony. It's like not one of the best, like one of the most solid
Okay,
abilities.
but like literally, if you're playing someone, if somebody, yeah, I get. But if someone that's running Harmony talks though, you can literally just slap them. Like you mean like one shot, but and it takes like you should time it decently well. Actually, okay,
I'm
I'm
able
okay.
to
I'm
scout
okay.
out if they had Harmony.
If you think that, fine. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. That's fine. I'm actually good with that. I'm good with that. Just like,
And then you have secondary strike.
okay, like what?
We already move on.
Okay, sorry. No. No. Yeah. Like once you like you so you're playing Tundra and then you go on somebody and you like try to Tundra and Pokeball catch them, and they just don't get frozen and they just slap you immediately after your one like iframe is gone, like because they have talks. Like it feels like nothing. Like the abilities is nothing. But like in every other scenario, it's so fucking good. So I guess you feel so powerless when somebody does that to you. That's why I'm like traumatized. Okay, move on to Power Surge though.
But when it does work, it's super good.
Power Surge.
So we already did Power Surge. We're on secondary.
Oh, sorry. Secondary strike. Yeah. I also want to put this
That's
in S tier.
It's just.
It's so good.
You'll consistently get 40 damage.
Yeah.
You'll always get 20. Usually, unless they ruin. But then the tick rate plus ping latency stuff is.
It's so good.
You're able to reliably get a lot of damage off, and if you can. It's just, it does a lot, and it zones for so long, and
so
since you get it late game, if you do actually make it to late game, it's the best ability in the game, because this does so much.
It zones off so much. And also, with the Harmony meta, this is actually huge.
Does so much
too.
damage, it stuns, it's just annoying. You can LOS cast it like fireballs, you can cast it around trees, you can take high ground with it, you can zone high ground with it.
What's your colors? I don't know, dude. I'm like, it's just weird. It's just weird feeling. It just feels weird to put 3 things of Conduit in S tier, but I guess it's kind of true, huh?
Yeah, power. Yeah, because Potential Energy is one of the best damage abilities in the game. Then you combine one of the best movement abilities in the game, and then one of the best zoning in the game.
Yeah, it's so good. So good.
You give Lightning a damage mod, and it becomes almost unstoppable. The only reason it's not it's really hard to confirm kills because of the no reg issue. Why you probably don't see it stomping as much.
Right now it's kind of funny because like Frostpoints, at least the ones you'll fight in scrims. I always only fight Marcus or Chris, or not Marcus or Croza. And we all run Harmony, so it's like we're all immune to our own freezes anyway. It's kind of funny. Okay, do you want to move anything around? Stone Skin worse than Paralysis?
Well, Stone Skin's only good early game.
Yeah, I mean you guys are making an argument for like kiting.
You get late game.
You guys are making a huge argument for kiting. So I don't know. I don't feel that at all, but.
Well, it's because I'm a Conduit player. It's just I feel it more because all I see is blue.
10 pages. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Dark is really good at S keying. Kind of bonks.
Well,
he also runs flight.
New talents
So I
again.
guess
too.
helps.
Let me see. Squall is weird.
like-
Are you okay with Squall being there?
I don't really notice the damage mod personally.
It's only 20 now.
So how much would it increase fireball damage by?
If you hit 3 fireballs, it's a 60% increase, right? Which is cool.
If you have 30 damage fireballs, 20% of 30 is 6, so it goes to 36.
Pretty big.
30 to 36 damage.
Hi, Shadow.
I don't think 30 to 36 damage is that big.
What if you get 3 fireballs though? 18 damage. Actually, I have to get 3 fireballs.
Okay.
Maybe it is worse. Where would we put it?
Outbreak almost doubles that. and you have, let's say, like 44 damage. 20% of that.
Focus mana is
like
also just more as well.
8 or 9.
Maybe it's like here then. Maybe it's there. Fuck no. Where's Squall?
I would say Squall is either under accretion or above accretion.
I was like, okay, like, never mind. I was thinking something like, we don't play enough Tempest. We need like more data against playing against Tempest.
Also, everyone runs recovery, so it'll still be a 4-shot anyway.
True.
And no one really tanks 3 shots unless they're caught out really bad. But then, you know, if they're caught out really bad, then a lot of other abilities are good at catching people in certain scenarios. Like Conflag's good if you catch them with nothing.
I want to move boulders higher. But I guess, okay, like A tier is fine because it's A tier. Doesn't really matter. It's all balanced in there.
Yeah, A tier is a really good metric for what abilities should be, in my opinion. They're strong, they're well designed, useful in like a wide variety of situations.
Okay, like also like classes like whatchamacallit. You want your classes to have like abilities that are B tier and A tier, and maybe one S tier, maybe. Like if you look at Pyro right now, like Pyro's so weird because it just has one good ability, and then Conduit is too many good abilities. Tempest has one okay ability, and the rest are like really hard to use that situation. That's why class is so shit. Yeah. I guess so.
Squall would be a lot better if the class was a lot better. Mainly when jumping.
Yeah, like Squall by itself is like a really good thing, but it's hard to use because the class is shit, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it should be so good on paper, it's so good, right?
You can't have a lot of mobility with the really good damage. That would be too much in my opinion.
Yeah, so the mobility's kind of... Stop being annoying.
Squall fireballs hit like a tank? Not really. It sounds like it hits like a tank, but it's just +6 damage.
I feel like they could hit like a tank, but I don't know. Like I feel like sometimes like when I'm fighting against a good Tempest player and they hit a bunch of shots on me, like I'm like, oh shit, that did a lot of damage, but it's still like, it's not like I'm getting outbroken or like Ice Prism.
You're getting fireballed though.
Or like Focus Mana.
More damage.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's nasty.
And
Right? It's
players
cool.
run Focus Mana now, so
yeah,
they
exactly.
just have more damage output than Tempest players.
Like it's like, oh shit, I took more damage than I expected, but like also I would have took like more, the same thing if I just got hit by 2 fireballs from a Pyro player, yeah, or like an Outbreak or like an Ice Prism shot or something, like any Focus Mana shot as well, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Any string of attacks is gonna do a lot of damage.
Yeah. Like it just gets outclassed by like all the other things.
You do get it constantly though, which is really nice.
Also with Focus Mana too, you get to string like 2 fireballs together, 3 wind shears.
Do you run Focus Mana Tempest?
No. Just like I mean like on any class, you can have the damage mod of Focus Mana, and that's Squall pretty much. Unless you're actually getting like insane, like 6, I don't know, like a lot of Squall value, but you can also get insane Focus Mana value too, so it's like the same thing. Like it's just outclassed by so many things in the game. I almost want to move it lower, dude. I almost want to move it lower. Yeah. But it's fine. But it's just A tier, so it doesn't matter that much. I'm fine with that. Okay, I'm kind of happy with this. Do you want to do the classes overall?
Compare what we did before.
Yeah, I do want to compare what we did before.
Actually, I think it might be my recycle.
Okay, go get it.
Ah, shit. I emptied my recycle bin.
Oh no. You deleted it? Oh my.
Maybe it's over here.
You have your old VOD still up.
Desktop.
Do you want to do the classes? Stone Shaper B tier.
Yeah,
Conduit S tier. Pyromancer S tier. Toxicologist A tier. Frostbite's like almost A tier.
Frostbite's better than Stone Shaper.
Yeah. Wait, that's not me. Tempest is shit.
Tempest is also... Tempest isn't C. It's like probably in the middle of B. It might be. I think it's better. Is it
Wait,
better
you
than
think Tempest in the middle of B? No. No, you can't say that because there's literally no comp Tempest players. You just can't say that. Right? Unless we're all shit. But like... Because also, I guess it, I mean, it is RNG because like would there be any, like how many comp Frostborn players would there be? There'd be like none, if like I didn't just like play it for no reason. I think
I don't know why you picked Frostborn out of every single class after some shape of God. If I'm going to be honest, it was the most perplexing moment of my life. It was just like I thought you were trolling. But then you weren't.
And I just kept playing it every single day.
Oh man.
Look how close it is, kind of balanced though. I could almost put Frost in A. I almost want to put Frost in A actually. Can I put Frost in A? I'm putting Frost in A.
Frost is an A if they don't.
Oh no, it fucks. What? If they don't have harmony.
If they don't have harmony, I am.
If you look at training results too, though. Okay, wait. You could put Frost in B though, because it takes a very good player to play Frostborn. Not a good player. A very fine. It takes like a good player to play Frostborn. I think to like a decent level. Like that same player could like probably get farther with like any other class or like Tox than they could with Frostborn. You know.
You have to put a lot of effort into Frostborn.
Yeah, you do put a lot of effort into Frostborn. But at the same time, you don't. I don't know.
So let's say you've mastered every single class.
Okay.
Like like you take the best players of each class, and we can try to use that.
To me for all of them.
Yeah. Okay, Mr. Frostborn.
I'm fine with that. You'd be Conduit over. Wait. Oh yeah, you'd be Conduit over everything. Unless you can aim with Conduit. I was on Pyro and S tier too, because Pyro...
Dude, I'm not gonna lie, Conduit is hard capped by the crosshair. It is. I'm not even lying, man.
Pyro's like... easier than Conduit. I almost want to put Pyro higher than Conduit, you know?
In my opinion, Conduit's just fucking easy as shit.
Also, like, Combust is so fucking good. Just so good.
Yeah, but Pyro is just a lot more
I want to
risky.
put Combust in a different category than the rest. I want to have like an S... like a... I don't know, even know.
You really hate Combust, huh?
You should. I mean, it's just really good.
Then that potential energy goes up there.
No.
Fuck potential energy. Yes.
No.
Yes.
Okay, fine. I don't know. Shut up, Casper. I'm okay with this then. Frost and Stone are so close. But also no. But also yes. Whoa. Really, Shadow? Damn. You're immortal already.
She's immortal in Val? Let's go.
Frostborn B, Frostborn A. Frostborn B, Frostborn A. Frostborn B. Frostborn's B. Frostborn's B. Frostborn's B. This is fine. I'm happy with this. Makes sense too, right? Okay, does it make sense why Stone? Actually, no, it does. I also want it to make sense, like the class overall, like to be like rated. Like Stone is B, because one of its abilities is in C tier, but the rest of them are A. So that's why it's A, and not like higher, right? Tempest is C tier. Why? Okay, like it doesn't look weird why Tempest is C tier, even though like all its abilities are even higher.
Yeah, that's why it's weird, but it's just because
they don't combine into anything special.
Yeah, the abilities themselves are good, but they don't really do anything by themselves. And it's so weird because Combust just hard carries Pyro. It's just...
Okay, T-Fall plays Tempest and Scrims and he does fine all the time. But he just won't play it over, like, why would he play it over Conduit or Pyro ever?
That's why I didn't play in the journey.
Yeah. He plays in solos too, all the... Like, yeah, I think he said he'll play it in solos and stuff. Like, it's okay in solos, but it's still like worse than everything else in solos. Doesn't be Stone? I don't know.
Well, Tifa's just like the best player of all time.
Tifa's also fucking like one of the best players. That means the potential is there. Okay, I'm happy with this. I'm happy with this. It's okay. Like it looks so weird, like Pyro's S tier, even though it only has one good ability. But the one good ability is so good, so it doesn't matter. You know, that's why I want to put it in an even higher tier. I got happy with this. This is good overall.